right, next up, we think about in our root from the very tip of the tailbone. And for this part, I'm going to sit into a chair. You can be up on a sofa, you can be down onto the floor, whatever works for you and to your body at this point. I'm actually going to take my Balance Blend, a few drops into my hand, and I'm actually going to rub that into my legs. There are days when I feel like my ankles are feeling a little weak. So I like to just bring attention into the ankles and give just a little bit of a massage. And the same thing goes for my calves. I like to give just a little squeeze around my calf muscle, trying to keep my ankle and foot relaxed to make that happen. And we always want to bring balance into the body. So now, shifting over to my other leg, giving a rub around my ankle, applying the oil just to help me feel a little bit more grounded today. And can even move into the top of your foot and then up towards the calf. I'm going to cross my legs just a little bit more so I can relax my ankle and my calf. Let your breath grow full and empty it out. Good, and then from here, I'd like for you just to reach down and rub from knees all the way down into your ankles, doing that just a few times to help loosen up any tightness that may be stored into the knees. Give a little more deeper rub now to the knees. And you'll see how easy this is if you just start paying a little bit more attention to how the legs feel on a daily basis and that experience of release. Step both feet back, whether you're seated or on the floor, seated or in a chair. As you step your feet back, I want you to come up high onto your toes and just wiggle your heels side to side like windshield wipers. Loosen up any tightness in and around your toes. Good. And then from here, take your hands at your hips. I want you to make soft fists and tap lightly from your hips down to your knees and come back up. And move back down and come back up. Good, and feel what's going on here in through the feet, in through the legs. So being rooted, being strong, observing what's going on, this curiosity in through your legs, in through your feet. Letting yourself just have that experience of awakening more through the legs. Let your breath grow full once more, please. Empty it out slow. Good. Feel one more little bit of release and just brush that off. Just brush it off. No need to hold any tightness, any strain around your knees. Just brush it all off. Brush it all off. Good. And now from here, I'd like for you to just place the chair off to the side, clear your space. And I want you to approach a location, either at a wall space, if you have a piece of furniture that would suit you better. We're going to do a little legs up the wall to help with circulation as we wind down. Just bring your buttocks up next to the wall and swing your legs up and around, and just allow your hands to rest out to the sides, the shoulders broaden once more. And this position of allowing the feet to be elevated, make sure that your neck is comfortable. We don't want to look behind us. We actually want to create length in through the back of the neck. If your neck is tight, you can always take a blanket and elevate your head so that your neck can begin to relax more. The arms rest down to the sides. Feel how level you are across your back, your shoulders. Make any final adjustments in through your torso. One thing to keep in mind, if you happen to have low blood pressure, keeping the feet elevated above the heart sometimes creates that pins and needles feel into the feet. If that's where you happen to get to, you can always move into cobbler's pose instead. And this will give you a little bit more stretch, a deeper sense of stretch, but your feet will not fall asleep. Let your breath grow full once more, please. Feel the length upward. Just let your eyelids soften over your eyes. Let your breath deepen. As you give space to rest into the body, to be present to how the physical body begins to move, and now how the physical body begins to unwind. Circulation through the legs, the deeper awakening upward through your feet. Just noticing how your legs, how your feet begin to relax. As you give a little wiggle through your toes, feel the fullness to your breath once more. And as you empty your breath out very gently, let's go ahead now and everybody begin to bend at your knees. We'll bring the soles of the feet together for cobbler's pose and allow the knees to open out towards the wall. Taking your time here, just feel the release deeper across your back, your hips. If you cannot get down onto the floor, you can for sure do this in your bed as well. You can do this on your sofa. Just using the space that you have that's comfortable for your body. Feel a little bit more release in through the groin, upward to the inner part of your knees. And as the knees open one last little bit, just feel the softening around your heart. Relax in through your chest. As you give thanks into the physical body, with the emphasis especially from your waistline down to your feet, acknowledging what's going on in through the legs. Take in another deep breath and empty it out. And from here, give a lift to your knees. Go ahead, roll to one side. Just pause here for a moment to allow yourself to feel some release around your back, your hips, your shoulders. And then use both arms to press you all the way up and come around to table pose, helping yourself to all fours. We're going to inhale now and curl the spine up. And on your exhale, arch your spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, take a look up. Let's look the eyes up as high as you can. And exhale, arch. Good. Inhale, take a look up. Look. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale, looking up. Good. Exhaling. Return yourself back to neutral. So the curiosity of how the body can move. What does range of motion feel like? How do the hands feel? There are times when the hands are so tight that it just feels virtually impossible to even be here into table pose. If you're on a more cushiony space like your bed, you may want to make fists with your hands. and create more stability this way if you're on a more padded surface. And just let your hips rock side to side. Keep your thumbs in a more neutral position so you're not placing a lot of tightness and tension into the thumb joints. Just let your hips move again, back and forth. And now we're going to begin to return back to a more neutral space. And picking up your hands, I'd like for you to give them a quarter turn out to the sides. And just feel what's going on around your wrists, your forearms. Let the eyes of the elbows, this flat part of the elbows, turn and face forward, away from your body. Feel what's going on then through the forearms. Now, without moving your hands and being comfortable with this action, can you turn the eyes of the elbows to face each other? Now, you might have a little bit more flexibility. If you do, can you continue to turn your hands so that your fingers now point back towards your knees? Now, I went out with my fingers, not in, to make that turn. So again, I went from that quarter turn out to continuing to turn back to point towards my knees. So find a comfortable location. This may be too much. You can back out. Let your breath deepen. Sometimes this is not quite felt. You can actually see that little indentation there as well. It's your carpal tunnel down around your wrist and forearm. Maybe you have more flexibility to the point where you can bend your elbows back towards your thighs. I want you to acknowledge how long my low back is. I'm going to over-exaggerate for a moment. Can you see how the curve to my back is? Try not to be here, please. Let's keep a little puffing up across the low back. Feel the strength down in through your hands. And now, gently turn your hands forward. Good. From here, separate your knees a bit wider if you can. Allow your big toes to come together. And again, you can be in your bed to do this. This is a nice option to create flexibility in through your knees, your ankles, tops of the feet. Even when we have a lot of strain to create child's pose, this is an opportunity to be in that space of awareness, to acknowledge your range of motion. How much courage do you have to go from being in tabletop back towards the modified child's pose? I'm putting quite a bit of weight into my hands to keep my back long so that I can create more space through my back, my hips, my knees, my ankles. Good, and come back up. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Good, pick up your feet. Give a little wiggle and stretch in through your feet. Beautiful. From here, I want you to make sure that you have enough room around you to be able to work with creating balance. And what I'd like for you to do, just check in, make sure that you can extend your leg behind you with no problem. All right, from here, find your balance once more, hands and knees. Lean into your left leg, float your right leg up. Both hands continue to press down towards the ground. Now, here's where you can find your courage. Either walk left hand forward or extend left arm straight ahead. Let your breath deepen. Good. Bring your left hand down, right knee down, level out once more. And now lift your left leg up. Extend your right arm forward. Stretching out, maybe you need to keep fingers to the ground. Not a problem. Allow yourself to feel the strength and stability. Find that courage deeper in through your belly. Full inhale again, please. Empty it out and bring. Right hand down, left knee down. Keep the knees and ankles together. Take your time. Be respectful around your knees, around your thighs, the tops of your feet, your ankles. If you need to, you can always take a blanket, elevate underneath your ankles so that your toes just hang off the back part of the blanket. It's a wonderful opportunity. Feel yourself lifting up once more through the top of your head. Turn your head to the right. Look forward once more. Turn your head to the left. Good. Look forward once more and come down to all fours. Come around, have a seat. If you want, use your blanket or the bolster, or sit up into a chair as we bring today's session into a close. Sitting nice and tall, feel the lift across your heart. Allow your hands to rest outward towards the knees and bring the tip of your thumb and your pointer finger to touch. Think of that like plugging into a socket to your home. Plug in to this space of courage within your body. As you have awakened into the physical body, more awareness in through your feet, your legs, your hips, feeling the strength even upward through your torso as you established balance. Take notice of what breath pattern is like. And sitting up even taller, feel the center of your head draw up and the tip of your tailbone reaching down. Aligning the vertebra of your spine in a comfortable manner and allowing your shoulders to move down away from your ears. As you acknowledge the presence of your breath, the belly rising, the ribs expanding, and the breath upward to your collarbones. The emptying from upper chest, mid-chest, belly. Drawing your breath in, belly rising, ribs expand, breath upward to the collarbones, and emptying upper chest, mid-chest, and belly. As you acknowledge this interior space of courage, the curiosity, you've even found being brave. In the space of being curious, let yourself acknowledge how your tailbone reaches down once more towards the earth. And as you reach down towards earth, allowing your heart to lift, the top of your head to draw upward, and notice what you're feeling within your body. As your breath deepens once again, belly, lower ribs, upper chest. Emptying upper chest, mid-chest, and belly. And as you continue to feel this level of being curious, I'm going to leave you today with a 3-part breath that's done rather quickly. And this is a wonderful way to give a little boost into your day. You can do this at any given point. Think of it as 3 quick inhales through the nose, a long exhale through the mouth, and you can watch to observe this first round. And just let yourself be present with your breath, acknowledging the experience. With that 3 quick inhales, there's a lot of oxygen coming up into the brain, so please acknowledge if you feel dizzy. Allow yourself to take in a full inhale, just as deep as you comfortably can receive. And allow that breath to empty slowly. the stimulation and awakening within your brain. So many tools that you have within yourself. Being curious on how your body can move, can stretch, can receive. Honor that. And this simple act of breathing deeply helps to lower your blood pressure, helps to give you mental clarity, helps you to stimulate your brain. And as you empty your breath out slowly, notice how the corners of your mouth turn upward. I invite you now to fold your hands to your heart as you bring your practice to a close. Bow your head, bow to your light in your heart. Observe this space of being curious and move into your day. I bow to each of you. Namaste.